something that haunts me right now. Look at the bond market in any major industrialized country. In Europe, in the United States, in Japan, I suspect in Canada. Look at the 10-year bond market. And you will see two things. You will see that nowhere is inflation expected to exceed the 2% inflation target, or even to reach the 2% target set by central banks. So that deflation, or at least lowflation, appears to have emerged as a long-term and chronic problem. And you will also see that the real interest rate, the interest rate adjusting for inflation, the interest rate that's got something to do with the supply-demand balance for capital, is barely above zero. To see this in its most dramatic form, think about Germany, where the 10-year interest rate is only 18 basis points. A lot of different ways of adding up. You can say some of that's inflation, and you can say some of that's real interest rate, but if the whole thing is supposed to add up to 18 basis points, something's got to be pretty wrong. And it's not just a short-term phenomenon. If you look in Europe, look in Germany, the 30-year interest rate is only about 60 basis points. If you think there's going to be 2% inflation, that means there's 140 basis points negative real interest rate. If you think there's a normal real interest rate of even zero, that means prices aren't going anywhere for 30 years. That tells you something about there being a lot of savings that people see and not a lot of places for it to be invested. Maybe that shouldn't be so surprising. It used to be that the great companies had vast investment needs. Today, Apple is rolling in cash and doesn't know what to do with all of its cash. It used to be that valuable companies were valuable because they had huge mass. They had factories, they had office buildings, they had tens of thousands of people. General Motors is worth about $30 or $35 billion. General Motors, car factories, the whole thing, hundreds of thousands of employees. Facebook bought WhatsApp for $19 billion. Everything WhatsApp had, all the people, all the computers, all the ideas, could fit in this room, and there'd still be room for several seminars among the rest of us about what it all meant. So there's a kind of demassification of the economy going on that leaves us with an excess of savings over investment, that leaves us with deflationary pressure, that is another part of what we have to reckon with, and that markets say is going to be that way for quite a long time going forward.